Got a good evening. 15,000 homes across Canterbury remain without power tonight, and the storm that caused outages and widespread damage in the south is on the move, with severe warnings now issued for large parts of the North Island.
Our cameras and reporters have been out overnight and throughout the day, and have a look at this picture just into One News. It shows a huge slip blocking Haast Pass Road on State Highway 6. Those stuck on the northern side now face roughly a 1,000-kilometre diversion to get to Wanaka and Queenstown. We also look at how Wellington was affected shortly, but first let's go live to Lisa Davies in Christchurch. Lisa.
Well, Simon, as you've said, power is still a massive problem around the region tonight. When the storm hit, well over 30,000 homes with the major suppliers lost power. Tonight, that's sitting at well over 20,000. Hopefully these calmer conditions mean that linesmen can work through the night tonight to get more people back on the grid. But as we went out and about today, we discovered that people are grappling with many more problems than that. Turning lives upside down. The wind unforgiving as it ripped through Leeston, flipping the caravan the Allsop family lives in while they wait for their house to be built.
I just don't know what to do. I mean, we've got so long before we move into the house.
They're just grateful they decided to move out last night before the winds peaked.
Yeah, this smells horrific.
The dinner they'd just cooked ending up on what was the ceiling.
I feel homeless now, whereas, yeah, it's pretty rough.
In Maryvale, this house came off second best as an old elm tree succumbed to the wind.
Collapsed on my poor little house.
There were close calls of all kinds, motorists coming to grief, but amazingly, even after this, no major injuries.
But for someone to walk away from this, very, very lucky.
Fallen power lines causing all sorts of drama.
I think just about every fire appliance in South Canterbury's been busy all afternoon.
But today, the main struggle was to get power back to thousands of homes that spent the night without it. So many lines down thanks to fallen trees, Orion may have to call in extra staff from around the country.
It's looking like one of those events that for some people will carry on for a few days.
That's the last thing farmers want to hear. Not only has it wreaked havoc with their machinery, at least 250 massive pivot irrigators tipped over, dairy farmers are struggling to function without power. These cows should have been milked at 5 o'clock this morning, but at 1:30 in the afternoon, the herds finally made it into the milking shed. Up in North Canterbury, it's even tougher.
There is some serious trouble. There's a lot of power lines down out there. Indications are it could be a couple of days before they got power back on.
Power cuts a challenge for families too. The Drever kids all ended up sleeping in mum and dad's room.
Fun but scary at the same time.
In Oxford, where winds hit 170 k's an hour, the fear factor was high.
Absolutely horrible, really petrifying.
I'm in a little two-bedroom cottage and that shook like hell.
Now the wind has subsided, Cheryl faces finding somewhere else to live.
It's a bit messy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Her friends already rallying with some much-needed support.
And Lisa, what sort of other help's being called for in the wake of the storm?
Well, Simon, you saw the plight of dairy farmers in that story. Federated farmers have contacted us tonight to say they are crying out for more generators, whether people can lend them or lease them. Farmers need them right around the region to get their milking systems and water systems back up and running.
Live from Christchurch, Lisa Davies, thank you very much.